achieve or create anything significant in your life, you're going to have to keep consistently moving forward. That can be difficult. How do you consistently keep moving forward when there have been devastating losses in your life, or when you're a working mother and you have children that you're caring for, and you also have a career that you are growing in? Maybe you're married and you've got so many responsibilities, so many things up in the air that you have to take care of. Or if you are just feeling lost and you don't really know why, overwhelm can take over. I'm going to share with you two unusual ways, not always talked about, that will definitely help you release overwhelm. They have for me. And I'm a testament to being able to get things done when you've had a lot that's been going wrong. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Lana McMurray. I'm the owner and founder of Free to Thrive Coaching, a mindset coach. And I help female solopreneurs who are working full time and side hustling to grow their businesses so that they can move out of 9 to 5 to full time work, which I'm documenting and doing for myself. I help you through the messy middle. I help you to build courage, to find and build courage to keep moving forward. So let's talk about overwhelm. I've got my notes over here so I stay on track. This is a live, and I don't want to go off into a bunch of rambling and tangents. I am creative, but I am also organized. So I have my notes. All right. So, we can be paralyzed and overwhelmed with fear. And in this video, you're going to learn 2 mistakes that I did, I know for sure, and that you might also be doing when you feel that overwhelm. And then 2 ways to quickly pivot and to release it so that you don't have to stay stuck and stay feeling stuck. Okay, so I have a question, first of all. And also, I'm going to ask, if you're watching and you're with me live, I'm going to ask that you put hashtag live in the comments. And if you're catching me on the replay, I'm going to ask that you put hashtag replay. Leave a question. I will come back to answer it. And if you have any concerns or anything, you can reach out to me through message. So, is being overwhelmed a choice? What do you think? Yes or no? Is being overwhelmed a choice? Do you have a choice in the matter? Or is it just something that you just do and you don't get over it because you just choose to stay stuck? What do you think? All right. Well, now, mistake number 1 is forgetting who you are. It's forgetting the magnificent and the innate qualities that you have within you. I did this. When I was entering into the 7th grade, my mother died. She died that 6th grade summer. And I went from being a very vivacious, happy-go-lucky child to a very cautious, scared, timid kid. I was in shock, but I did not know I was grieving. During that era, there wasn't a lot of counseling, especially not in the Black community, and my dad became the sole person. He didn't let anybody else us go anywhere else. He was going to keep us and raise us. And we never talked about going to therapy. So, the timing just absolutely could not have been worse. Could not have been worse. I was stepping into this tumultuous middle school environment that I could not have been prepared for, even aware of. We didn't talk about that. You know, you're going from a kid that plays handball and foursquare, tetherball, and you have a swings, to the seventh grade where there's no playground. And you start to notice boys. And you want to look pretty. And you want to wear lip gloss. And you want to start wearing mascara and blush. And you want to get Jordache jeans were the things back then, you know. And we didn't have that money. The other thing is we didn't have that money. So I couldn't keep up with the Joneses. Another strike. Because everybody's looking. It's about the optics, right? Everybody's looking at what you look like. And I felt ugly. If you opened up a dictionary and you looked up the word ugly, in my mind, you would find my picture next to it. That's how insecure I was. So I wanted to hide physically. I definitely wanted to hide emotionally and mentally because I didn't know I was an empath. So I was reading all these emotions and fears, and being a people pleaser, wanted to soothe everyone. So I was getting rejected and overgiving to overcompensate for the rejection. It was horrible. It was hell. This led to my being so confused and feeling so overwhelmed with thoughts and emotions and feelings. You know, you have your thoughts create your feelings create your actions, then you get your results. And I ended up with the results of not being able to focus, not being able to study. And I have a natural desire to achieve. I have always wanted to achieve. And now I had this knowing that I was capable and I wasn't living up to it, gnawing at me. And this is in middle school. I haven't got to high school yet. And then I had this feeling of, you can't. It's over for you. This pessimism. It's done. You can't do this now. Your mom's dead. It's not the same. The world's not the same. And I'm an optimist, so of course I fought that, and that takes a lot of energy. So I was using up my energy, and I wasn't placing it right. So I was haunted by fears of not being good enough, and I found myself just stuck and not quite understanding what to do with myself. In high school, I could barely find the motivation to attend school. Matter of fact, I was told, if you do not start coming back to class, don't be late, be on time, and do not miss any more classes. And you have to turn in your work, and you got to pass these tests. You're not going to graduate. Now, that struck a hard fear in my heart and a disappointment, because my mom was an educator and she had put all of this investment in me. I remember sitting on her lap before going into kindergarten and reading. I had all kinds of educational toys, encyclopedias in my home, and here I was failing school. That was something that I had to get it done. I had to figure out a way to get this done. So I went to tutoring, and there was a tutor that did help me. And a matter of fact, I just spoke with them recently after all these years to thank them for helping me with my geometry. I was barely in geometry. Man, they was in trigonometry and stats and way past me. I'm failing geometry. And to help me with these formulas, couldn't memorize. I could not recall the formulas on a test. I couldn't get them straight. I couldn't pass these tests, and they patiently helped me. And that's because I also sought them out. But how? How did I do this? I allowed myself to see myself the way I used to, even in a little bit of space. I kind of remembered that before my mom died and wasn't having these struggles, and even though it was overwhelming, it's so very, very real, I used to be someone who could learn, and I let myself at least learn enough so that I could graduate. But you know what I ended up also doing? I did try to go to college after high school, and I didn't do well. I ended up getting married and raising 4 kids. But when I got a divorce, I actually went back to school and I graduated in my 40s as an adult. Twice, once with my AA degree, with honors, summa cum laude, 4.0, minus the one bad grades that, brought my GPA down. But at that college that I went to, I did not get 1B. And I studied. I found the way to discipline myself, and I found the way to retain knowledge. And then I went back and I went to the university and graduated again with honors. And even went to study abroad with younger students. I went to Italy, Rome. I went to Italy, France, Montenegro, Croatia, and Spain. Beautiful time. It was a rewarding of myself, of a testament to looking at myself differently. And what happens when you decide that you want something that has appeared to look as if it is not possible, but you go for it anyway, and you listen and you take every little incremental step to get there. That is what can happen when you remember that no matter what has happened to you in your life, you can still accomplish what you were born to be. It's part of why I like to be a life coach. I believe that with everything in me. I walk that talk. And I am just sharing with you how I got through a really dark, difficult period with overwhelm was through remembering who I was, allowing myself to see myself differently, not holding fast to what I see now. We have Neville Goddard, and we know about the law of attraction, and we know about the 3D. I didn't know about none of that. There was none of that when I am 57 now, 58. There was none of that when I was 15 and 16. But spiritual law always works. Whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not, it always works. Okay, now let's move on to mistake number 1. And that's the mistake of interpreting the feeling you have of overwhelm as being some sort of a weakness, something that you got to mask, or something that you've got to run away from or avoid. Never avoid your feelings. It doesn't work. You want to sit with emotion, and you want to feel it, even interview it. But before you get to those advanced tactics, first, you want to have self-compassion with yourself. You want to stop, pause, and be kind. You want to stop the negative self-talk, self-criticism. Just stop. Allow it to stop. It does not have to keep going. It's not the boss of you, okay? Thoughts don't run you. You run thoughts. So you just stop. You just let yourself pause. Even if it was your fault, pause. You don't have to feel everything at all moments of time. You don't have to think everything at all moments of time. So you can allow yourself a moment of pause. Then remember, you're a human being. You're not a god. You're we're little gods. We have power, but we're not the. No matter whether you believe in God or not, we didn't send ourselves here. Somebody did this, right? Because we would just mess it up the way we act as humans. But whatever is in power, universe, spirit, God, love, whatever you call it, you're just human, and it's okay. Everybody makes mistakes, okay? Everybody makes mistakes. So just acknowledge that you, at the time, you did whatever or whatever happened, that's all the knowledge you had. And you did the best with the knowledge that you had at the time. And then you can move back into reality where the truth of whatever's going on is going on. Like the truth of my mom being dead. I can't run around being sad and grieved because, as I'm processing grief, I have to acknowledge that she's gone. I'm not going to go in the room and find her. I'm not going to be able to talk to her about my day. But that doesn't mean life ended. Not for me, I'm still here. So, have self-compassion on yourself and allow yourself to move through the emotion so that you can get past it. Those are my 2 uncommon ways to release overwhelm. I have 5 more awesome ways. If you want the training, just comment training in the comments and I'll send it to you for free. And also, if you have any questions about overwhelm or topics that you would like me to cover regarding overwhelm or overthinking, anything that has to do with being a solopreneur and trying to deal with running a business, you're going to find that type of content here as I'm moving back into being regular on YouTube. So, again, my name is Lana McMurray. I am the author and founder of Free to Thrive Coaching. I am a mindset coach. I do have one-on-one services that are amazing, so I'm told. And if you would like to apply for my one-on-one services and talk and just, see if we could be a good fit, you can find that link in the description. I also have wonderful quizzes. One of them is on the personality of fear. I mean, did you realize that fear can be unacknowledged within you and it run in the background, and you need to pull that out and handle that? Well, this quiz helps to identify which of the main fears are running in the background of your life so that you can get rid of that too. You're not meant to have all of this stuff running in your background, right? It's like you got to close your windows on your computer and on your phone. When you're closing your screens, you got to shut that stuff down so that you can move forward and achieve your personal and your professional dreams so that you can have a business and not have an expensive hobby, spending a lot of money, not bringing any money because you're avoiding money-making activities. And I'm also coming up with a challenge. It's called the Courageous Action Challenge. If you haven't been taking action and you want to get a kick in the pants and hands-on with finishing at least one thing, we will focus on one thing and move that thing forward, well, look out for that as well. Especially if you're on my email list, that's how you will know. Okay, well, thank you for watching and have a great day.